What is up, guys, gals, and non binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. I am trying something a little bit new for our Tuesday live stream using StreamYard. I happen to notice that as I've been listening to audio and messing around with the settings and whatnot, I have found that I sound a little garbled. So I was trying to figure out where that was coming from. I know it's still a little garbled, but it's better, one, when I'm on StreamYard, and two, I updated a StreamYard setting, so I'm hoping that helps. There are no people in my home right now, except for me, so no one is using the internet. Also, we're gonna see what happens, but if it starts sounding like crap or if something happens, I don't know, just let me know. Either way, welcome to the live. It is Tuesday, which means that it's Tuesday trivia time. We do this every Tuesday for these. I let you guys pick the topic for the following week. It's just like Whose Line, where the points are made up, or the questions are made up and the points don't matter. What's up, Alex? And it's all just for fun. There's no prizes involved. It's all just for fun. So I hope that you will enjoy quizzy quiz time with me. Let me go over my tools, my canvas, all the things. Wolfie, how's it going? To those of you who are new to the live, welcome to the live. This is Tuesday's live where we do a quiz show. Saturday we do it's usually something to do with art mediums, art styles. Eventually we'll have artists, but it is all pretty much about art. Then there's the Thursday, which is on the Twitch. That is just for fun, talking about whatever, very late sort of live. Sometimes Dustin will come on and talk about plants, you know, logged off work and diamond painted until my live. Oh, I needed you too, Alex. Hello, Barb Phillips, Anxious Wallflower, Vanessa, Jamie, welcome. Ooh, just got home from work. Excellent. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out. Hopefully my sound will be awesome because I have some changes. At the very least, not sound like I'm underwater. So we're working on that. But let me go over what I have here and what I've got going on. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. I am working on the Morrigan from Chrisabug. Let me get her page open. There she is. The Morrigan from Chrisabug. Isn't she gorgeous? I started her on the 13th. It is now the 27th, and I am almost done, almost finished. She is oh God, look at her stats. She is a 65 by 100 centimeters, 100.8 centimeters. Yes, Wolfie. Well, I'm glad that you were able to make it. Hi, Crystal. It is a square canvas and it is beautiful. I don't want to share too much because I want to save it for the post review, but I just want to give you a little peeky, of her face. A tiny peeky. I'm gonna cover that of her face. That's all you get. That's all you get. Hi, Marissa, on the way to get the kids. Oh, all right. So I am sitting here roasting because I've told you guys like I have a window air conditioner unit. It's like one of those stand-up ones. It's not one of the ones like in the window. And a fan pointed at me, but it's not getting any cooler in the house because it is currently 98 degrees outside, not including the humidity. or heat index or any of those things. So I've got a fan under the table, like just a little desk fan, but it's under the table. Like my pants are pulled up like shorts. I look ridiculous, but whatever keeps me cooled off. Okay, so I am working on the Morrigan. My tools, I'm using some tools that you've seen before. My this is the Switch Mini Max. We love this thing, you guys. The Firefly Switch Mini Max, about 20 bucks, not very expensive. Has a lot of bells and whistles for a tray that you'd spend $20 on. It has a removable lid. This just slides in and out. You can do some DJing with it, a little wiki wiki. Um, you can see I have some trash in my removable trash tray. Very fancy. It has a pour spout that opens and closes. Open and close pour spout. And then this little hole right here is so that you can put your diamond painting pen in it and walk away. It doesn't roll off. To see, otherwise, your pen rolls around, right? Um, Speaking of pens, this is one of my own turned pens that I've been trying out. The thickness seemed just about right for me, but this is in, let me get, yeah, this is in House of Miscellanea Colors. Look at that. It's got all the logo colors in it. And this was one of my first resin pens that I ever turned. You know what my favorite part is? I think is like the little hints of blue inside of the pink. I like it. I like it. Hi, Marie. So I can do resin pens if you're not interested in the intention pens. Those run about 40 bucks. I'm actually gonna look at picking up some points, see what I can, what I can get figured out, make it cost effective to do both. But otherwise, I got some new resin for pouring. I got some new things for, oh my gosh, I got so many new resin things. I sold some pens and then I purchased some stuff. So yeah, good times. What's up, Sarah? You're free. I always thought you were inexpensive. I don't know if I'd go so far as free. Inside of my multiplacer, I have this is actually butterfly effect wears. Buddy, where did I put it? This is the pearl butterfly effect wears. I am going with the driest putty that I have right now because it is so humid in my house. Like even the glue on my diamond painting is feeling a little slippery. So I'm going with the driest putty I can find. You're jail busted. Very spendy. Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. So anyways, guys, last week we did our Buffy trivia, and then I was asked for generally if people wanted to do a different topic, some sort, could have done angel or whatever, but people were talking about animals by region. So I looked up some info about animals by region. Now these will be separated by let me go back up. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but let's see how far we get. These will be mixed by region: Africa, Asia, North America, South America, Europe, and then Australia and Oceania get that far. Um, because we've got a lot of questions already. I think that gets us up somewhere around 40 or something, and depending on how much chatting versus how much whatever we do, it'll be one of those days. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I like to just chat and hang out before I start asking any questions. Um, just so that it gives time for people to filter in. We've got about 14 in the chat now, which is usually about what we get at the beginning. Sometimes it'll go up we'll see how it goes. But I started this Tuesday live stream mostly because I know that there's people overseas who do not get much of an opportunity to watch live because it's usually when you guys are sleeping. So I wanted to do something in the afternoon, hoping that it wouldn't be terribly late or terribly early for you. So if the time is not good, obviously let me try to make some adjustments if necessary, but it seems like it's been working out okay. That and I noticed there are really no other content creators that are doing lives like during the week. Um, so I thought, okay, well, let's do something during the week and a afternoon sort of deal. We're doing them during the week, but not like middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, uh, wanted to have more inclusivity for those people who can really kind of missing out. It seems to have worked out so far. A lot of people seem to enjoy the quiz show. I'm into it. You know, I like it. Or I wouldn't do it. If it was too much, I would probably say like, hey guys, not a lot of there's not a lot of return on my work I'm doing or whatever, and I just wouldn't do it. But the nice thing is it's content that essentially kind of creates itself. Um, and that's never a bad thing. Hi, Glory. Oh man, how am I doing? Well, it's hot. It has been hot and too hot to work in the shop on pins and things. So I've been basically just essentially like making plans for things while I'm not trying to be idle, and then doing some chores while I've been at home because I can pour resin from my house, but I can't look in the shop and turn pens when it's this hot. I can't do it because usually on the day when I'm not busy, like Wednesday, um, and that's usually a day I try to reserve for working in the shop, or Fridays, another day that I'm usually trying to work in the shop. But like father-in-law deciding like he needed to continue the project he was working on, and had to have the garage to himself, which is fine, it's his garage. Um, and then on top of that, I have not been able to that just happened to my that was weird. I've not been able to do anything really with pens. It's like I'm not trying to have a in the middle of trying to turn some pens. So I gotta try and figure something out. I have a like super powered fan out there, but I was out there the other day just checking out the work he was doing on the socials he's building, and within about 10 minutes, no, it's probably not just you, Marissa. I don't know what's going on. I've tried so many different things to stay from cutting, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's doing it. Oh, okay. Let me try something. I'm turning off literally everything that isn't. The only other thing that fixed audio last time was me turning off the fans. Let me hold on. Okay. I'm trying that to see if that works. I think what's happening is the microphone is attempting to pick up the outside sounds, and it's making it confused. I'm not certain. I turned the big fan off. I've still got a fan on under my desk, but that one's quiet. I'm going to see if that helps a little bit. Otherwise, I am not sure what is going on. It worked. Oh, well, that's good. No, if it starts getting in here, I'm gonna be like, well, sorry guys, I'm just gonna not choose death today. It's okay. I am all right for right now because the house isn't like a gajillion degrees. It's probably, I would say it's likely 74. Am I using an iPhone? No, I am using my Android phone though. It does sound a ton better. Oh, okay. Well, now I know. I did use noise suppression through StreamYard, which is why I'm using StreamYard, because otherwise it doesn't let me do too much with my sound settings on the phone. But if that sounds better, then I'll be all right until I melt. And then if I start melting, I'll be like, all right, guys, we're going to have to suffer with some sound issues for a little bit. I'm like, ugh. No, there's nobody here. And like I said, I've got a little quiet fan under the desk. So should be good. Hi, Della. Welcome. But if it sounds better, then that's good. I just think it was, trying to pick up too much. Well, I still have the air conditioner on. I just turned the big fans off. So we'll stick with it for now. If I start roasting to death, I'll blame everybody. No, I'm just kidding. It should be fine though. It's not horrible right now. It's probably like, I would say like 74, 75 degrees. That's very true. The noise suppression might be trying to silence the fan. Yeah. So we move on. Let's start with the far off country of Africa. So I've got a bunch of easy, medium, and hard questions. Okay. So we're going to go like easy questions, medium questions, hard questions for each region. I mixed in some multiple choice because I thought, they give you a little extra shot just to see how that would go. And then we'll see what happens from there. But as long as the sound is good and I'm not roasting yet, we're all right. I'll be fine. Okay, so first question. Which animal, now some of these, again, it's starting easy, medium, hard. So which animal is known as the king of the jungle? Is it A, the tiger, B, lion, C, the elephant, or D, the leopard? Yes, that's leopard for those of you who. That's like when I pronounce the word program as program just to bother my children. I do that on purpose. So I sound like a 90-year-old woman. Tell them don't bother me when I'm watching my programs. Lately, I've been watching a lot of series because I like to diamond paint and watch. So today and yesterday, it was a lot of what's it called? Glow Up. Hi, Peggy. Welcome. The show Glow Up on Netflix. Love that show. I have like zero makeup skills like that. I mean, I can put my own makeup on and I don't look horrible, but I don't have those kinds of makeup skills. Not like that. I probably could fake my way to something like that, but it would take me practice, obviously. Outsiders. Ooh, I have not watched that yet. I'll have to add that to my list. So yes, the answer to question number 1 is lion. True or false? Giraffes are the tallest land animals. True or false? Giraffes are the tallest land animals. Yeah, I'll have to add outsiders to my list. And then of course, like I've got my specific series that I watched, like I Married a Murderer or whatever type shows. Not that specifically, but I was watching uh, the Hulu series about Lacey Peterson. Um, I'll watch To Catch a Killer or those sorts of things. What is it about like our current fascination with parent conference? I'm sorry, gross. Ewy. Well, if you've got to take off, Miss Marissa, just, I understand. No worries. But what is it with our current fascination with the morbid like that? You know what I mean? I've found that, especially my in-laws, oh my gosh, we call it murder porn because they can sit and watch that for hours and hours and hours. Watch My Old Boss on Signs of a Psychopath season 2. Where can I stream that, Alex? I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down. Ooh, wee. All right, let's see. To watch. I'll start on the page here. To watch Signs of a Psychopath and Outsiders, you said was on Hulu. Okay. Get that written down. Max or ID? Well, ID is on Hulu, some of it. I don't have HBO Max though. I can tell you that much. So I'll have to see where I can watch it. Yeah, I don't know what it is with our like current fascination with regard to killers or psychopaths or murders or whatever. I don't get it. I don't like to watch unsolved ones though. Is that weird? I feel like I need to have that sense of, okay, they caught this lunatic. You know what I mean? Like, all right. And then you get real mad when they don't like, or when they catch the guy or the girl and they only get like minimal prison time. And you're like, oh my God, this person is probably, as we speak, walking the streets. Yikes. I don't like to watch the unsolved stuff though, like that. I mean, that's not totally true. I like to watch cold case files, but there again, I want to know that they've like figured some stuff out or they're getting close or whatever. I don't like to leave it unresolved. I hate that. I want to know that these mean streets are safe. And, like it's especially bad when I'm walking all hours of the night through my I'm not unarmed, I will say that. But I always make sure that I have something on me. The answer to the question about if the giraffe is the tallest land animal is true. What large bird native to Africa cannot fly but is the fastest bird on land? What large bird native to Africa cannot fly but is the fastest bird on land? Verse 48. The murder tapes. Ooh, that's another one. And I will binge like literally seasons. You know what I mean? Like I will just watch and watch and watch. And I don't like that feeling of they never caught the person or whatever. Like I can't. Ooh, I don't like those. And like I said, I walk all hours of the night, sometimes 3, 4 in the morning. I'm out walking in my neighborhood. Like I said, I'm not being unsafe. I've got my phone. I've got other things with me. Confession tapes. Okay. But like I'll be listening to something as I'm walking, and then I'm like looking behind me. Like the other night, oh my gosh, the other night, some dickhead, yep, I said dickhead, was walking, like, I don't know, the next block, like across the street, right? And I was walking by myself. I didn't have Beans with me. I had my phone, whatever. Well, as I'm walking with headphones on, this person, whoever they were, I didn't turn around to look. I just sort of started briskly walking faster because I was only a block from my house, but is going, woo, woo. Yeah, right, Barb. My mouth can be a weapon too. But yeah, it's like making woo sounds at me, like trying to get my attention or something. But it was like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Like, who do you think wants to just stop and have a chat with you at 3 o'clock in the morning? No one does, especially a woman who's all by themselves. Like, I don't know what makes you think that your woo is going to just lull me to come on over and have a chatsy with you, because no, not going to happen. So I just started walking faster. I didn't run or anything, but I started walking faster, ignored them entirely. They kept wooing at me until pretty much I was out of sight and around the corner. But yeah, I don't know what made them think like, yeah, this chick wants to talk to me. It's 3 in the morning. Like, dummy. Dumb. Why are you an idiot? I don't know. But I mean, it worked out, obviously, but I don't know what the person was trying to do. Like, it is 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. We live in a not awesome neighborhood, and you're going, woo, is not attractive. I am not a bird or an owl, so the sound of wooing doesn't really do much for me. Not really looking to stop and have a conversation. But like I said, it all worked out. I got home, but I've decided pretty much from now on, one, I make sure that I have something on me, which is usually, if I'm being honest, some form of a knife, or I have sprays or whatever. I always carry something with me. And then aside from that, if I'm going to walk that late, I'm just going to take Beans with me. It's nighttime and he's huge. Most people that see Beans in the daytime, they cross the street. He's massive. You know what I mean? Like, if you saw a 130, 140-pound dog being walked by a tiny little lady who may or may not be able to control that dog, you're probably not really going to mess around too much. So yeah, I'll take him with me. You know what I mean? I'll take him with me and feel, and yeah, I just, either that, or when I'm on the phone, like I'm in the Discord or something, and I'm talking to the group that's usually on Discord when I'm walking around that late at night. One of them has my husband's number, so that if something was to happen to me in the middle of the night, they could call him, or 911. They know my address. They know the blocks that I walk. It's like literally I don't ever walk outside of this like 3-block radius from my house. It's the same track every single time. So, I've got these backup plans, but you watch these shows and you're like, some freakazoid in the middle of the night is going to snatch me up because I'm watching these dumb shows that make me think this happens like all day, every day, in every city across America and whatever. Like, I just really need to stop watching. Comparing some putty I got from Rosemud. They have original and a 2.0 version. So I've loaded multi-placers with one of each. One is supposed to be stickier. We'll see. The scents are nice. Oh, Rosemud. Okay. Now, are you a hard placer, Glory, or would you consider yourself medium, soft? And the answer to the last questions, by the way, the last question was ostrich. Um, Number 4, which, and this is the medium questions, which African mammal is known for its black and white stripes? An okapi, a gazelle, a lemur, or a zebra? An African mammal known for black and white stripes. Is it a zebra, an okapi, a gazelle, or a lemur? Tricky, 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 tricky. Meant to trip somebody up, I think. But yeah, I try to, keep myself safe, but I just got to stop watching some of that, I think, sometimes. Get myself all freaked out in the middle of the night. But that's not to say that that could not happen in the town that I live in or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely possible. Creepos are everywhere, but just gotta be smart about it. You know what I mean? That's also part of the reason that I don't go far from my house, anyways, is because I don't want to be so far away. Ooh, Barb. Ooh, Barb. So the answer to that question is actually a zebra. But, okay, Barb, the reason that you're thinking of lemur because they have a black and white striped tail, which they are very well known for. However, lemurs are from Madagascar, right? Yeah, Madagascar. Madagascar is in Africa as well, right? Right? Yeah, it's the southeast coast of Africa. It's an island and it is in Africa, and they are known for their black and white tails. So I would accept zebra or lemur as the correct answer to that question. True or false? The African elephant is the largest land animal on Earth. True or false? The African elephant is the largest land animal on Earth. So yeah, as far as, did you answer my question about whether you're a hard placer or soft placer? Hard placer. Okay. So rosemud, what would you compare that to? Would you compare it to, like, I mean, unless you haven't tried it yet, but I guess when you get there, would you compare it to like a butterfly effect wears? Would you compare it to like DAC putty? As far as dryness goes, because I like a very dry putty. I need a very dry putty because I'm a hard placer. So if I don't get a dry putty, it ends up just sticky mess everywhere. That's like some people who can basically just use wax and they're fine, like there's no issues, whatever. I think, I can use wax. I've used wax forever, since, before this year. I only just started using putty this year. So, to have wax work, yeah, it did. It worked. I mean, it would pull the wax right out of my multi-placer when I would place ABs or my single placer, because I only just started multi-placing this year too. And holy crap, I didn't realize how much faster I could go using a multi-placer because now I'm just flying through it. That's why I'm not like terribly concerned about the size of my stash, because I paint very quickly, very, very quickly. It's wet. It sticks to all the things. It has to go in the fridge. You talking about the rose mud, Sarah? So the answer is true. The Asiatic elephant, the Asia elephant, they are just a skosh smaller. They're just a little bit smaller than the African elephant. What is the name of the unique spotted on the fur of leopards? What is the name of those spots? What are they called? The name of the unique spotted pattern on the fur of leopards. When I multiplace, it seems to make the drills too close together. Barb, question for you. Okay. So what you're running into, is that generally when you're doing rounds? Is that when you're doing squares? Is it when you're doing both? And is that in like a Diamond Art Club kit or other kits? The reason I ask, okay, I have noticed that when I use a multi-placer, specifically like the thin metal multi-placer from Diamond Art Club, when I'm doing rounds, I have to kind of make sure that when I shape my tray, right, that I don't have to make sure that they all go all the way to the bottom, that they're all stacked on top of each other, because the grid on a round is just a slight bit bigger, right? And then the grid on a square from a company that is not Diamond Art Club, it seems like if you have them literally butted right up to each other, that you end up like, you could almost by the end of your row put a whole other diamond in there because their grids are not tight. Whereas Diamond Art Club, having your squares specifically, not rounds, because the rounds, it's the same problem, but having your squares very close together, you almost have, because the grid on a Diamond Art Club is so tight. So is that something that you're running into just with rounds or with squares from other companies? Because that would almost be like expected. So the spots on a leopard are called, Callie got that right, they're called rosettes. If some people cannot afford DP putty, I've been using the blue-white tack used for sticking things to walls, fridges, etc. Vanessa, very, very good hack for you. For those people, now I was also using the museum putty. Where is it? Here it is. You can get this Quake Hold museum putty right here. Amazon. It's like $4, right? My issue is this stuff for me as a hard placer is way, way too stringy, right? It's super stringy, like really stringy. I have issues. It ends up gooing all over the place. It goes out the sides of my multi-placer and my single placer because it is just very, very, very stringy. Okay. What you can do if this is your problem and you're a hard placer, you can take some cornstarch, mix it in with your putty and make it more dry. So the other thing that you can do with this museum putty with cornstarch, and you're going to have to add more cornstarch when you do this, but if you get yourself and it specifically has to be concentrated. It can't be the other stuff. It's too wet, like it's too liquidy. This is an oil. If you get an oil, right, the concentrated oil, like what you would put in an essential, the one where it like puts out steam, right? Not steam, but you know what I'm saying. You want to get this concentrated oil. You can mix this with museum putty and cornstarch and make your own putty. Little hack for you. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I plan to. Let's see, both, but just started recently. The DAC square I did was an old one. Yeah. Yeah, anytime that you have a putty that is getting too stringy, put cornstarch in it. It'll dry it out. And because I have putties from a lot of different places, and one of my favorite places, because of their scents, is Pure Bliss Wax Company. Oh my God, they have the best scents. Sorry to everybody else. Hands down on the market, I feel like, because they're doing things like amber and lavender or more natural smells that I like, but their putty is too stringy for me because I'm a hard placer, right? Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Thinking of using Gorilla Glue putty for walls. I would imagine it's the same as the museum putty or thereabouts. I would think it would work the same. And you can mix in cornstarch to get it to the right consistency. You can put your own smells or stinks into it. It's a good time. And then all they do is take just a little bit of food coloring, food dye, and mix that in to make it colorful. But then you have to put in corn. Anytime you add liquid, you need to put cornstarch in to cut it. Otherwise, it's going to be too sticky. How often do I replace my putty? Oh, way more than I'd like to admit. And that's a hard placer. Usually I can go like, okay, this sized square is actually 2 squares. In the perforated plastic, it's 2 squares. So I can usually do about 1 square before I need to change my putty because I'm a hard placer. 2 squares, I've got to change it twice. But it's mostly just because I'm placing so hard. If I wasn't such a freaking hard placer, I probably wouldn't need to replace it as much. But what I do is like, okay, as I'm going along and I'm laying down my diamonds, what happens is eventually the putty starts to like come out the sides, right? And if I'm not careful and I'm not watching, it's going to go right onto the glue of my painting. So you see how it's like it's kind of coming out the sides, right? You can see how hard I'm placing. I just take it and I fold it back. I fold it back in. So like I'll just fold it over and put it back on top, flatten it back down and use it. And as I'm doing that, working it and working it and working it and working it, eventually it's going to become too stringy or grainy. It almost feels grainy on your fingers to use. So usually by that point, when it's really grainy or stringy, I know it's time to switch my putty, change it up and put some new putty in. Now, I am not doing what Sarah does, which is like after hers starts to get really grainy, you know, like when you're using putty, you're really only using the top part of it. You're not using the whole putty that's all the way down in this bottom. So she'll take it and she'll mix it up all the way and put it back in with the putty that's on the bottom. What I do here, I'll put my putty back in here. I'll replace it just because I can. So what I do is, let's see if I can get this close enough. I scrape off, like I just put my tweezers in there and I get just underneath the surface and I scrape off that top part right there. And I leave putty in my multi-placer because that stuff has never touched anything. It's just in there, right? So I take off that top bit and then I just refill from there. You don't even actually have to take out all the putty to replace it. But, oh, this pearl smells really good. It's kind of soapy in comparison to what I might use, but it really does smell fresh. I like it. But this is the pearl from Butterfly Effect Wares. And like I said, I'm using a very dry putty because it's very humid in my house right now. But I usually have to, because they do like, theirs is thin. You can see how thin it is. Whereas, and these are like $8 for a butterfly effect wares. I feel like the Putty Crocker is roughly the same price. However, and Patsy's is roughly the same price, but let me show you the difference in okay, well, this one is my Easter bunny, but you can see how thick it is in comparison. So this is Putty Crocker, and it's really thick in comparison, almost twice as thick as the butterfly effect. I really do like the Putty Crocker. I've used about a quarter of this one, but I've been using this for this whole painting. And if you figure I'm changing every square, that's pretty darn good. You know what I mean? For price wise. But butterfly effect wares is slightly still drier than the Putty Crocker. And because it's so freaking hot in here today, I have to use the butterfly effect wares. Rose mud is rolled out thinner, which I like. Some come thick, and I try to roll it out more. Yeah, see, that's this helps. Thank you. I have started using glue lines also. Yeah, I tried with the glue, and I just like the glue dots or whatever, and I'm just really not having a lot of good luck with it. The one thing that I have found for my single placer that I've had good luck with is the Ghost, which I will have a video out about Ghost this week, actually. Ghost comes from Diamond Painting Daily, and this stuff is like, it's almost like a make your own glue dot sort of thing. It's a liquid. Okay. It's a liquid, a white liquid. And it's almost like, I compare it kind of to like a liquid latex almost. That's how it behaves, like a liquid latex. But you just take a little bit. It comes with a spatula. You could use that if you're putting it in a multi-placer, like I did. This is the Ghost in a multi-placer. See how it turns clear? It's got a hair on it. I can see a dog hair, little tiny dog hair. Well, whatever. Anyways, but it turns clear, and you can't see more, but it picks up like it works just like a glue dot. Works just like a glue dot. And like I only use it in my single placer, so it's going to last me forever, right? But you can get Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily on Etsy. If you see that symbol, you've got the right stuff. What I do is I take let's see, do I have a kind of loaded single placer? That's an empty single placer. That'll work. So what I do is I take a pair of tweezers. I use tweezers for like literally everything. Oh no, you're all right, Diamonds Around the World. Don't worry about being late. I take literally just like this little dot, I use a little teeny dot, and I put it into the single placer. And the reason that I use the tweezers is because then I can work it down into it. And I put a little bit extra on the top as well, because it tends to like sink in as it dries. So I put a little boop, little dot of that, a little dot of that into the single placer. It's white right now, but I let that sit and dry a couple hours, or really overnight is best. And then by tomorrow, it'll have a little glue dot in there for me. And then once you've got that in there, you can actually, like with the one that I've been using for forever, this has been here a long time. If I need to, I can grab it with my tweezers and kind of like almost stir it around a little bit. and expose the glue to the surface again. And then I don't even need to replace it at that point. Just make sure you're using a clean single placer, because otherwise it's not going to want to stay inside of your single placer. But that's called Ghost, and that's like $10 or $11 a little tube, you know, like a little thingy of it. It's like this big. But it's going to last me forever, like literally forever and ever. So something else you might want to try from Diamond Painting Daily. But all right, anyways, back to questions. Oh, take your plastic off, Naomi. You can't lay down diamonds if you don't take off your plastic. Jeez. Next question. What is the scientific name for the African lion? This is a multiple choice. Is it Panthera pardus? Is it Loxodonta africana? Is it Acinix jubatus? Or is it Panthera leo? What is the scientific name for the African lion? Is it Panthera pardus, Loxodonta africana, Acinonyx jubatus, I think that's how you say that, or Panthera leo? But yeah, I like to try things out, right? Because you never know what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. And as a hard placer, I've also learned that oftentimes when people are shop hauls, it's like, that's great. Thank you. You showed me a gajillion different shops. I already have problems trying to figure out what I like and what I don't like. But the problem is they don't ever really share with you the price, which is a problem. I need to know how much something costs. I'm poor, right? And two, are you a hard placer or a soft, like a very light placer? Because if you're a light placer, what works for you might not work for me. Where are you from? If you're in California, where it's dry and warm, I'm in Wisconsin, where it is humid and very, very, very hot. So like, tell me where you're from. Tell me what kind of a placer you are. Tell me what you're spending. Because otherwise, I mean, it's great that you're opening all these things and showcasing all these shops, but I don't know whether or not it's going to work for me. And I ended up spending a lot of money, not a ton of money, but enough money kissing a bunch of frogs, because I didn't realize that the person I was watching is a very light placer and was definitely not placing the same way I am. And so what works for that content creator is not going to work for me. So keep that in mind too. You know, knowing who you're watching and what they're suggesting might work for their specific placement style or in their specific region. So once I figured that out, I got better at knowing out and who to ask and all that sort of fun stuff. And I try to, when I'm making videos on those sorts of things, or I'm talking about those sorts of things, one, giving you a price, because I need to know, right? And then also, are you a hard placer or a soft placer? Where are you from? Because Arizona's summer is not the same as Wisconsin's summer, you know? Locked in diamond painting almost. Yeah, it's almost done. Almost. We're getting very, very close here. Very, very close. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're watching these small shop hauls. Some of these people, they place very differently than you. They just, you know, they're doing the right thing by trying to sell a product, right? But, you know, you got to know if it's going to work for you or not. Time to drink of the water. One moment. The answer to the multiple choice question is Panthera leo. So Glory got that one right. Which small African mammal is known for its digging ability and is often called a sand dog? Which small African mammal is known for its digging ability and is often called a sand dog? But it's been fun, I feel like, to kind of trial and error different places. I like the places. You'll have to give me the name of the one, Alex, that lets you try a free sample. She'll send a free sample to you, and I want to try her out. I've got to send her an email. Because if I find a place that works, I'll spend my money there. You know what I mean? Like I will definitely spend my money with a place that I know is going to work. Like I know I'm gonna, once I run out of this putty crocker or get close to running out of this putty crocker, I'm gonna be hitting them up for some more putty, because I really like the putty crocker. The Patsy putty, I have not really done much with it, if I'm being honest, Jamie, because the Patsy putty that you sent me, I love the smell. I love the whole thing, really. The problem is, dang it, got my drawer stuck. Oh no, it's stuck on Diamond Art Club putty. Come out of there. There we go. The Patsy putty that you sent me, where did it go? This one. Okay, I love the consistency, right? Consistency is awesome, but the color, when I get this on my canvas, not so good. It smells awesome, but when I get this, like, it's blue mixed with black, it's really nice and thick. You get a good size slab from Patsy putty, but the dark blue and black putty, not so good. And I consistently get it on my canvas, and yeah, that's no bueno, no good. I love the putty though, so I'm gonna have to get something else from Patsy's, try some different scents, and give them another shot, because it's not their fault. It is their fault that they did a putty so dark. I have putty crocker. If you need any, let me know. I don't use it. I will take any putty crocker you want to send me, because even if I don't use it, I keep things for giveaways, because you just never know when you might need something for a giveaway. And if I'm not using it and it's going to waste, it will be given to somebody else. I will always take any putty crocker you have that you don't want. Because I really do like putty crocker. I think it is probably right behind Butterfly Effectwares for one of my favorite putties, honestly. I live on the coast in Oregon. Putty acts different here. It gets stringy and won't work after a few gems. Laura, have you tried putting any cornstarch into it? Ooh, a hard placer formula in November. Who is? Sarah. Who's launching a hard placer formula? Pure Bliss? Because that'd be awesome. That would be amazing. Yeah, if you put a little bit of it was still awful. Oh, weird. I don't know. I think her putty is great already for me anyway. I haven't had any issues. So interested to see what difference that would be. I think it works pretty fantastically already. So the answer to the question is not a prairie dog. It is an aardvark, is known as a sand dog, but it is an aardvark. All right, next question. These are the hard ones. Name the African country that is home to the Okavango Delta, a major wildlife habitat. Name the African country that is home to the Okavango Delta, a major wildlife habitat. Less color scent and the like for one, she says, because it has an effect. Okay, I believe that. But yeah, it's not a meerkat or a prairie dog. It's actually a aardvark. The noble aardvark. I can't believe I'm almost done with this painting. It's only been 2 weeks. Like literally. Only been a couple weeks. But I had a really, really hard time putting this one away, you guys. I really did. I don't know what piece I'm gonna that I'm gonna kit up next. I have not decided. I have a couple that are you using the midnight? I'm using the midnight. Well, hi, Diamond Queen. Lurking while at the shop. Love you too, Ducky. I use different colors depending on the drills, and especially if I'm color blocking. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd rather that my putty be light or white, light colored or white. But what is the midnight? Oh, the sparklers. Okay. So I did not end up using that on this one, but I have incorporated it into my passion project piece. I've pulled some diamonds off of that and I've put some in there. And then there is another piece that I have plans for that one in particular, because it when I put it into the crow's wings on here, it detracted in not a good way. It was too distracting. I only used the ABs in the feathers that are down here. I didn't end up using it in the ravens either. And then the 310s made it look gray, and it was looking funky. So, or the pixie dust ones were gray and was making it look funky. So I have plans for those, but not for this particular piece. Looks like I've got a new putty to try out, Putty Crocker. Yeah, definitely. I enjoy Putty Crocker. I do like it. Kitting up Captain Jack Kitty from Dreamer Designs. Kind of excited about that one. Ooh. Now, is that one of their overseas collection with the new grid? I'm really honestly excited, you guys, about the new grid that is coming out. They said that their full changeover should take effect in October. So I'm going to wait until after I know that all their canvases have the new grid style. And then I was thinking about picking up actually the one that I already have from them, either Neon Love or what was the other one? I think Moon Love, whatever it was. I have that one from them, and I want to see whether or not it like how like vast the difference is going to be between the two, because if it's vast enough, because they said they're updating their drill, they're updating their drill field, so very interested to see what sorts of changes that they make and how it affects their drill quality and the field. Because if it's good enough, I have so many pieces that I want to buy. Pick 3 canvases and put them up on your chat for a poll. Okay. Vanessa, I will do that. I will definitely do that. Because, yeah, I need to pick my next piece. I don't know what I'm going to do. I already know what round piece I want to do when I'm done with Tefi. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know what square piece yet. I'm going to get there, though. Eventually. And then, Glory, have you tried butterfly effect wares? Any tips on how to do square diamond paintings? So, lots. I just started doing square diamond paintings beginning of this year because years ago, when diamond painting was relatively new in the United States, I had gotten a diamond painting from a company like a Huacan type company, right? It was an unlicensed piece of junk. What you would probably find on Temu or AliExpress nowadays. And that's not to say that everything that comes out of those shops is garbage. Just be aware. There is a difference between cheap and inexpensive. Well, this was a cheap square diamond painting, and there was so much garbage. The drills were misshapen and cupped on the bottom. They were not square. They were kind of like janky. The whole thing was awful, and I threw it in the garbage. And I didn't pick up another square piece until beginning of this year when someone encouraged me to try again. Now, what I did was I started out with a piece called Apples from Diamond Art Club by Christopher Lovell, and it is huge, 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 right? Well, one, I was not yet used to working with a Diamond Art Club grid, which is very tight, very, very tight, does not allow room for error. And then on top of that, I didn't have a whole lot of practice. So what I did was first, I stopped working on apples after the first square. I was like, okay, I got to stop. First thing I did, I went to Paint Gem. Paint Gem is a company online, paintgem.com. I went to Paint Gem and I picked up this museum edition along with others, but I'll show you this one because this is the one that I finished. They do these little sets. Now, Diamond Art Club sells sets like you only get 6, whereas with Paint Gem, for $34, $35 roughly, you're getting anywhere from 8 to 16, and usually closer to the 16 range. I think this one has 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry, 10. 10 in this one, but others have 16. They're all the same price, but I picked up a Paint Gem. You get everything that you need in these sets. Now, this one is completed, so I just have the leftover diamonds in here just hanging around. But they're just these small, tiny little bite-sized canvases. And this one in particular is the museum edition. So like a tiny Starry Night, a tiny Kiss from Klimt, tiny Mona Lisa, a tiny Picasso, tiny The Scream, a tiny Girl with a Pearl Earring, composition. I mean, you get all of these pieces, right? And they're squares. They're all squares. Paint Gem has a nice tight grid. It's got I would say very good to excellent drill quality. The artwork, as you can see, is detailed for being very tiny, right? And then after I completed these little practice bite-sized pieces, I went on to Amazon and I found a snack size kit called Paint the Moon from Diamond Art Club. Let me see if I can find that one for you. It still remains one of my favorite pieces I've ever completed. I gotta look at my portfolio here. Hold on. It's in my big bag. At least I think it is. Hold on. Let me see. Where are you hiding? Where the heck did it go? It's hiding. No. So I picked up a paint gem, or not a paint gem, Paint the Moon from Diamond Art Club because it was smaller. It wasn't overwhelming in size. And I loved the artwork on it. Trying to find it for you. Oh, maybe did I roll it up? It may be rolled up. Hold on a second. No. Well, regardless, I picked up Paint the Moon from Amazon because that's an Amazon exclusive. And then I did that piece. Once I got through some practice pieces, I was ready to take on apples again. And I went back to apples and ended up completing it and selling it for $100 actually, which is not normal, not typical. So one with squares, make sure, Vanessa, that you are getting something that is of good quality. And if you're not sure, look at post reviews. Go on YouTube, look up post reviews for specific kits from Dreamer Designs. And I would not recommend Dreamer Design squares right now unless you get one of their overseas editions, because they just updated their grid to be tighter and their drills to be better, because my first experience with Dreamer Designs was not good. I've heard that their newer version is like, they're not newest, but newer version is better. But one, make sure you're buying from a company that has quality products and that you're watching post reviews either from that company or of that specific painting that you want to buy before you buy it, because you will end up like me throwing away a canvas because it frustrates you so much you can't work on it anymore. So 1 second. Let's see. I've got one of them like basically hidden away so I never have to look at it again. Oh, where did I put it? Well, the one that I most recently finished from Designs, which is their old version of their canvas, I hated it so much. But I can tell you, companies where I have had good experiences with regard to the squares, I enjoy Lazy River Crafts. I enjoy the one with the diamond art, has a great drill field, and their drills are good. Paint Gem, obviously Diamond Art Club. Like I said, if you're going to get a Dreamer Designs, I would go with something from their overseas collection so that you know it is the updated version of this until October. And then they said that they're going to have everything switched over. Linda says, I love my Dreamer Designs kits and 98% of them are squares. And then there's that. Some people do not like how tight a Diamond Art Club field is. And that is a completely valid opinion. Some people think it is too tight. I have experience now, and I've done Diamond Art Club canvases where I have dropped a row because it was so tight. It's kind of, Linda, we'll talk. I have some old ones that I'm probably going to destash. Just because I can't do it again, Linda. I can't do it again. But if you've not done squares before, I would start small and work your way up. Do a little research on what it is you want to buy. And I would not frustrate yourself by purchasing something super, super, super cheap, not inexpensive, but cheap, because you're more likely to frustrate yourself than you are to actually enjoy the experience. I love doing squares now. I would rather do a square than a round. I have more squares in my works in progress than I do rounds. I get almost frustrated doing a round now because it doesn't fit together nicely, and it doesn't like it just doesn't look as good, I don't think, when it's done. I think you get more details with squares. So yeah, keep that in mind. I do square with the DAC placers. I use curved placers with round. My next canvas will be apples. Oh, apples is so good, Glory. It's so good. Broke my cherry with a confetti heavy square canvas. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And actually, you probably did better placing with a confetti heavy, because they say the next thing is to do a checkerboard pattern. Like, you see how in here you can see how it looks like there's a little checkerboard happening on the edges there. When you place that way, it actually allows you to lay straighter because you're paying attention one square at a time, rather than using a multi-placer like this, where you're lining up 9 of them and laying them down all at once. I would start out also with squares, trying to single place first before you try to multi-place, and then work your way up with a multi-placer. Start with a 4-placer, start with a 3-placer, and then work your way up to something larger. If you have a really color blocky piece, like this one you see has big chunks of one color, then you can work your way up to, as much as a 15 if you really wanted to, but definitely start small, work your way up with both the canvas and the multi-placers. I love multi-placing. I can't do a piece without multi-placing. I use my multi-placer to single place even. I don't like to waste the time with a single placer if I don't have to. I think rounds are harder to get straight. Yeah, me too. And then, like, some people use that ruler thing, and I've seen like people's look like regimented lines, but I don't know if I could do the ruler. I haven't tried it. I've seen a couple of people use them, and I'm like, man, you got talents I don't have. That would frustrate me, I think. My second canvas was from Heartful Diamonds. What a nightmare. The ABs were way too prevalent. I'm actually going to toss it. It took forever to do, but it's out. Yeah. It hurts to have to throw away a canvas. Obviously, when you spend money on something and you have to like basically throw it away, that's frustrating. I probably should have thrown Spirit away, but I wanted to see it through. I wanted to see it through to the end, because I don't know, at that point it was like personal vendetta on that freaking canvas. I had to do it because it was so frustrating. Sorry, my line is not good. Oh, get back over there. There we go. My line wasn't lining up. I'm gonna lose a row doing dumb stuff like that. Let's not and say we didn't. But yeah, that's the best advice I have for somebody who hasn't done a square yet. And then once you figure it out, never throw away, trade, or donate. Oh man. You know, bear with me. I feel like with some of these Dreamer Designs ones, yeah, there's probably somebody out there that would give it a home and probably really love it. I don't know, depending on their prior experiences with squares, but I would hate for somebody to feel the way that I felt when I unboxed something that really disappointed me because the grid wasn't good, or to work on something that they were really excited to work on and wow, just pop that at myself. Awesome. Love when I do that. But I would hate for them to be so massively disappointed like I was. Oh my God, I was just absolutely heartbroken. And I wouldn't want to, put that experience. I think Dustin's home. It's like adopt, don't shop. Yeah, definitely. Uh, is it Dustin? It is Dustin. What's up?
What's up?
Doing my live. So yeah, I guess for me, I would have felt so bad if that had been somebody's first experience with squares and they had to deal with what I had to deal with. Oh my God, I would be heartbroken for them. They would probably get a hold of me and tell me like, did you tell me that this was going to be so terrible? I just feel awful. I wouldn't wish what happened with Spirit on my worst enemy, I tell you. Like, I'm sad I spent money on it. And the other one that I unboxed that made me cry, that one, as much as I want to work on it, I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it, one. And two, I don't know if I want to sell it to somebody else and then have them experience what I experienced with Spirit. I don't know. I'll think about it though. Otherwise, it'll just sit and do nothing, I guess, for all time. And that's not good either. You know what I mean? Like, somebody could love it, I suppose, and give it a good home, but I'm torn. I'm torn. The piece that I'm talking about specifically is Sarah from Dreamer Designs. It's the very old canvas style, their oldest canvas style. The drills are garbage, I can already tell. The rendering is not awesome. It's in fact pink. It doesn't look like the original image, like really at all. And I spent too much money on it to like throw it away. But I have so many good canvases, like worthwhile canvases, that I don't want to waste my time on a piece that's just going to frustrate me, Like, what do you do? I don't want to destash it and break somebody else's heart when they open it and realize that it is not the canvas that they thought it was. So I don't know. What would you guys do? And the unboxing for it is hidden for members only because I say a swear word. The art was beautiful, but they had ABs about 80%. Oh no. 80% of the canvas, so the rendering was nothing like the art. Yuck, it looks ridiculous. Oh, I'm sorry. Yikes. Well, we calm down. I don't know if he's taking you anywhere. It's too hot, babe. It's too hot out. But yeah, it's like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah, we were doing a quiz, weren't we? The African country, Okavango Delta, is Botswana. Let's move on to Asia. We're going to start with easy question. Let's see. Which bear species is native to China and is known for its black and white fur? Which bear species is native to China and known for its black and white fur? Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's almost like Do I put this problem on somebody else? You know, I forgot I have a couple of the wrong drills in here. I need to check for them really quick. They're so light. There's like just barely a difference, but I accidentally mixed the two colors. And so I've been taking to just removing them when I find, like when I see them or when I'm working on the other color. There's really only a few in here, but it always happens that I end up with those when I'm trying to lay. There's only like literally 2 or 3 in here, but I end up with those when I'm trying to lay other diamonds, because that's how it always goes. There we go. I don't know. What would you guys do if it were you? Would you try and rechart it? Would you throw it away? Would you stick it in the back of the closet somewhere so you never have to look at it again? Yeah. Pixie dust is definitely my favorite. Glimmers, pixie dust, pearlescent, whatever the heck you want to call them. They are definitely my favorites now. I definitely prefer them to ABs because they have the same, you know, top or whatever as a does, so that you're not pulling the coating off or whatever. It's the same basically as you're going to get with a regular drill. So anyways, I just don't want to, I don't want to be the cause for somebody's disappointment by destashing it. I mean, do I put like a, you know, a warning in the sale, like in the description, like this canvas is not, I mean, I suppose if I put up a picture of the actual render, right, and I show that it is unboxed, show a picture of the actual render, and then I don't necessarily have to put a warning because the picture is the warning, you know? Oh yeah. And I'm telling you, the Spirit was actually supposed to be a purchased canvas. It was supposed to be something that someone bought, and I haven't heard back from her. It could still happen, but it was actually a commission. She saw it and wanted me to complete it, so I did. But it was a long time. It took me damn near 4 months to complete because I just had so many issues with Spirit. And so when I do finally hear from her, I told her in the message, like, hey, I had issues. I would like to explain what they are so that you can see what I'm dealing with and, you know, kind of make a decision for yourself if you still even want this, because it might not be for you with all the issues, you know. Well, if that's the case, as long as I'm able to at least make something back on this canvas, I can tell you right now, there are pieces that I have. There's the ones from the oldest version of the drill field. It's the oldest version of the drill field. It is frustrating, full disclosure. So if somebody is looking to pick them up, if you want to look them up really quick, it would be Rapunzel. All of these are by Curtis Reykjavik. Rapunzel, Sarah. Let's see. I kind of want to hang on to, which one is it? I know I have Radiant Rainbow, which is also the very old version. Lilac, Teddy Bear. I have several. If you're in the Discord, I'll probably end up putting them up in the D stash. So if somebody wanted to pick them up for D stash, but I gotta make at least something, because I spent money on them. You know what I mean? Because of the kind of like sentimental value that, you know, Radiant Rainbow is like Rainbow Bright. And I was obsessed with that show. Obsessed. I almost wish that once they update their drill field, that they would bring back some of those other pieces that you could only get, you know, like some of their archived stuff, like Sarah and Radiant Rainbow, because those are archived with the new drill field, because I would pick it up again in a heartbeat. But I don't know what actually happened. No, Beans. He's gone. He took Bowie. He didn't take you. It's too hot. You're a mountain dog. You're meant for snows. You never watched Rainbow Bright? Well, you're young, Marissa, in comparison to us. Me. Yeah, that's true. Diamond Queen, that is true. It would probably work for that. There's I mean, she doesn't look like the typical Rapunzel, like the version from Disney, but she is definitely Rapunzel. And she's got a absolutely banging face. Like, her face is gorgeous. So anyway, it's the panda bear for those of you who are answered. True or false? The Bengal tiger is found in India. True or false? The Bengal tiger is found in India. I liked Art and Soul's Soul Dust drills. Very distinctive. I ordered pixie dust from Tmall. Not so distinctive. But they are my attempts to replace plain drills on my next Dreamer designs. Yes, I agree. I really enjoy the one with the diamond art pearlescent drills. Very distinctive as well. They have like the color of the drill, like blue, purple, whatever, but then the glitter is a slightly different color, which makes it very, very, very distinctive. It's not just silver glitter on top or gold glitter on top. It's actually a color, and I love that. The Bengal tiger that is true. They are from India. Next question. Beans, relax, bro. No, come here. He's gone, buddy. He's gone. He's all gone. Come here. You whiner. What is the largest living lizard species found in Indonesia? What is the largest living lizard species found in Indonesia? Oh, that's why he's crying. I thought you were gone already. I didn't realize you were still here. I guess that makes way more sense. I thought you were gone. He knew you were here. He's like, Mom, you're a liar. He's here. I can hear him in there. Stop slamming that thing, bro. I'm on a live, you jerk. I made the kids leave. He's like, bye. My dog can hear Beans and is barking. Sorry, Barb. Sorry. And now Charlie's whining. Look what you did, you little jerk. Bowie, that's enough out of you too. Stop. Forewarning, I may have to like actually mute because Dustin's gonna come downstairs again. He's gonna grab Bowie's jacket that she always wears, and she's gonna lose her ever freaking mind. Lose her ever loving mind, and it's gonna be loud. So oh my gosh. But sorry that they're setting off your doggos. Yeah, beans just cannot handle this heat. It's not good. I took him out this morning when it was cooler, but yeah, he cannot manage in this kind of weather. It's like, you're from the Pyrenees Mountains, bro. You cannot handle this heat. Not made for you. Charlie's like, where's my friend? Where did he go? Bowie, stop. It is the Komodo dragon. It's real life. Don't worry about it. It is real life. I'll tell you that. It's really real around here. Next question. Oh, I already gave the answer to this question earlier, but I'll give it again. True or false? The Asian elephant is smaller than the African elephant. See who is paying attention. Yeah, I know that, Linda. The only issue is that with I don't have a super cool house for him to come back to and like cool off in. So with it being like literally 98 before heat index and the humidity, I took him out yesterday afternoon. It was pretty late in the afternoon. And by the time that we got home, literally he was just pouring drool out of his mouth from panting so hard. So I was like, okay, we just won't do that in this kind of heat. Because otherwise, like 80 degrees, I know he's all right. You know what I mean? But I can't do the 98 to 100 degrees with 100% humidity. It's just not safe. I don't want to hurt him. Don't want to hurt the boy. My little baby. Found a couple more light ones. All right, who was paying attention earlier when I was talking about the Asian elephant? Yes, boop the snoots. Booping the snoots. Little snoot boop. He is a sweet boy, though. He's very sweet. Turds. Yes. All right. The answer is true. The Asian elephant is smaller than the African elephant. Next question. That's a hard question. That's supposed to be a medium question. All right. Well, what is the scientific name for the snow leopard? Is it Panthera tigris, Panthera uncia, Panthera pardus, or Panthera leo? What is the scientific name for the snow leopard? Panthera tigris, Panthera uncia, Panthera pardus, or Panthera leo? Wasn't here for that combo, but I know because me and Hubs argued over it. I still lost and had to say he was right about the. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, don't make me tell my man that he is right about anything ever. See, the whole world does not implode because Dustin is always right and I'm never wrong, or I'm never wrong and he's always right. Either way, I'm always right. He's never wrong. Whatever works. We just don't ever. We don't ever say to the other person, you were right and I was wrong, or the world will implode. I'm not trying to implode the world on everybody. That's where I keep all my stuff. I think everyone else would appreciate that we don't implode the world also. What'd you just say? I think I heard a smart ass remark come from upstairs. Maybe I did not. But we don't want to implode the world on everything. That wouldn't be very nice. Yeah, I got like U and L mixed up, and they're just like literally a shade off of each other, but just enough so that you notice when you have one in the wrong place. I hate that. I just hate it. All right. What do you got? What do you got for me? The scientific name for the snow leopard is Panthera muncia. I knew that one, actually. Long story. Won't get into it, but I knew that one. Uh-oh.
I'm going to Mounds.
Oh, you're going to Mounds? Okay. Are you taking...
I'm going to get a weight on.
Yeah, get a weight on our big boy. That would be good. Bowie? Come here. Bowie, come here. Nope, come here. Sorry, you're not going this time.
All right. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. See you in a little while. I know, Bowie, but you're not going this time. I'm sorry. I know it is. I know. Too hot. He's going to take Beans to Mounds because they have a scale there. And we're going to find out what our boy weighs. I'm guessing between 130 and 140. Next question. Which large bird native to Japan is known for its dancing courtship rituals? Which large bird native to Japan is known for its dancing courtship rituals? But yeah, I'm guessing 130 to 140 is, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. He could be wrong, I suppose. He's got fat fur. All right. I need to go refill my water. I will be right back. Hold on one second. All right, we got ice in this one. Woo! I'm not dead yet, so that's good. It's been an hour and 42 minutes. I'm still alive. Still alive. I'm alive. Yeah, and see, the other thing is when it gets really hot and humid in here, the glue becomes like almost a little slippery in spots. Because it's like just a bit too humid. Just a wee bit. There we go. I know what it looks like. It's got that huge beak. All right. Oh, it looks like Glory might need to refresh. You might need to refresh, Glory, because you're like falling behind. African elephant has the larger ears. Indian elephant has much smaller ears. That's how you tell the difference. Yeah. It is the Japanese crane or a red crowned crane was the other name for it. They do these mating dances. In which mountain range would you find the elusive snow leopard? Which mountain range are they found in? For the record, the snow leopard is my favorite animal. I would say my other favorite animal, because they like literally tie for favorite in my heart, would be a snow leopard and a horse. I love horses. I was one of those creepy horse girls in school. Yeah, definitely. Look at my big brain. It is not the Andes Mountains. You're looking for Asian mountains. I don't think Andes are Asian mountains. Are they Asian mountains? I'm not sure. They're a Siberian breed. They're from the like Russian part of Asia. Because Asia's massive, huge, huge landmass. I know it's in Asia, Himalayan. The answer is the Himalaya. Yeah, oh man, I wish I had horses when I was little. I did not. All right, North America. Moving on to North America. Easy. What is the national bird of the United States? If you do not know the answer, you will be booted out of America forever. Is it A, the bald eagle, B, the golden eagle, C, the red-tailed hawk, or D, the American robin? What is the official national bird of the United States? I don't think you get to keep your America card, no, not your America card, your Merca card, if you don't know the answer to that question. I think you officially lose your America card. Ugh, look at this drill. It's so cupped. It's like barely, like it's almost non-existent. This drill. That was a bad one. That was a real bad one. And a couple more cupped drills. Yeah, when they don't stick initially, like I'm not going to waste my time trying to get them to stick a second time. If they're cupped enough that they didn't stick the first time, then they're getting pulled out. Baked eagle. Oh no. Baked eagle. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would be imprisoned for that if you baked an eagle. Woof. Sometimes it feels like it should be wild turkeys. Not wrong. I'll have a story about a turkey in my WIP and chat. Oh man, yeah. I'm pretty sure you would go to prison for baking an eagle. Well, so we have the answer is bald eagle, obviously. We have a nesting breed pair. Like actually in my county alone, we have probably 4 or 5 breed pairs, I think, at this point. And the problem is that, you know, people used to be able to legally shoot them. Obviously now you can't, but they're finally starting to come back. Bald eagles are, and they're absolutely magnificent to watch. I actually, on one of my walks the other day, I stood and watched this bald eagle fish the river for probably just hit the like refresh your the actual video, like go out of the video and come back into the video should refresh you. But I'm ending in like 12 minutes, so it's really up to you if you want to. If you're fine with what you got going on, then don't worry about it. But yeah, I watched this bald eagle fish the river for 10-15 minutes. It was fascinating to watch. Absolutely fascinating to watch. Next question. Let's see here. Which North American mammal is known for its large antlers and lives primarily in Canada? Which animal is known for its large antlers and lives primarily in Canada? Its name is also the same as its plural name. Which I guess works for both of those answers. Oh my gosh. It is the moose. Elk are very large as well, but it is not the elk. It is the moose. Next question. The medium questions. True or false? The American bison was once close to extinction. True or false? The American bison was once close to extinction. Had to leave, should be caught up. Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes to people, but I have noticed it's done that to people before, and I don't know why it does. And I don't, did I put ads on this? I don't remember. I'm watching StreamYard, so it doesn't tell me about us. So if you're getting ads, that could be it. I thought I turned them off. I don't know. Maybe I did not. Yeah, and then I've got a couple of the dark ones in this one, because not only did I mix the dang things once, I mixed them twice. Once in one container and once in the other container. Like a smart person. It was like, oh, yep, really did do that. Really did do that. Oh, well. It all worked out. And they're always like right next to each other. So all I have to do is just pick them out and lay them down right next to where they would go. So it always works out. It's just dumb. Just a dumb thing that I did. I took okay. Yeah, do it. Are we doing Discord after dark? Yeah, we usually do, but because it's like afternoon, I usually come on later. So like I'll go on usually around like 7 or 8 my time. I stay on for a little while. So right now it's 6 o'clock my time. So I usually give it about an hour, hour and a half, and then did that with light blue and green drills. Took me 15 minutes to separate them. Yeah, see, sometimes I'll pick them out as I go, or I'll like lay what I need where I need to, and then I don't worry about it. But yeah, at times it's, oh man, I did it to myself too. Like, why would you do that? And that answer was true. The American bison were almost hunted to extinction. It actually took a very large conservation effort to bring them back from the brink, and now their herds are protected. They're beautiful animals, though. Where I live was actually pretty famous for having a white buffalo, because they're not born very often. They're born white, and then as they age, they turn all these different colors. Native American, in Native American religion, they believe that the white buffalo is a sign of peace, like a symbol for essentially like extenuating peace or whatever. And they tend to like change color throughout their lives, and then they die. But it's supposed to be a symbol for peace. And our area was very famous for it. And actually people came from all around to see this white buffalo. It was crazy. Question. What is, let's see. What is the scientific name for the North American beaver? Is it A, Castor fiber. B, Ondatra zebethicus. C, Castor canadensis. Or D, Marmota monax. The scientific name for the North American beaver, is it A, Castor fiber, B, Ondatra zebethicus, C, Castor canadensis, or D, Marmota monax? A white buffalo born this year in Yellowstone. Oh, that's cool. I bet that was a big deal to their region's indigenous people too. Super cool. Yeah, it's supposed to be a sign of great peace. And actually, this is going to sound crazy, but come to think of it, that was when I actually think that was right around the same time that I've told the story a couple of times, but when I is this even English? No, actually it is not. It is Latin. It is Latin. But when I first moved to the town that I live in, the KKK was really prevalent, and the like Grand Wizard or whatever he calls himself, Grand Master Dragon, I don't know, whatever they call themselves. I don't know the terms. Anyways, his daughter got pregnant with a black dude, and his her dad, who was like the Grand Poobah or whatever, he had to choose between his daughter or the KKK, and he chose his daughter. He left the KKK, and then shortly thereafter, they just sort of disappeared from the area. Right around actually that white buffalo ended up in my town, oddly enough. So I don't know, coincidence? But no, Marissa, it is not English. Actually, it is Latin. And the answer is a C, Castor canadensis. Next question. Which North American bird? No. No. Sorry. It gave me a weird answer to a question that I asked. Okay, never mind. Name the only marsupial found in North America. The only marsupial found in North America. There we go. Yeah, I found that pretty funny. One, the fact that, you know, he's like KKK dude, whatever, and then his daughter gets pregnant. It's called karma, and I love it. It's my favorite spectator sport on the planet. My absolute favorite spectator sport. And then, you know, he had to make choice. And I'm proud of the guy for making the right choice. And now he lives in a town not far from here, but he lives in a town not far from here, but it is primarily Black people. And, you know, I kind of love that. You know what I mean? All right. The answer to the question is the Virginia opossum. Although opossum, possum, all of those would have been acceptable answers. You don't have to name the specific breed of But that said, we're going to wrap up the questions there. I don't know if you know what your tallies are, but before I close it for the day, let's figure out what we're going to do for next week's quiz questions. Would you like me to continue with questions about animals from other regions? I can ask new questions about animals from other regions, or we can come up with a whole brand new topic. I am fine with anything that is suggested, whatever the group would like to do. Anything at all. Congratulations to those who got questions correct. Very fun. Like I said, we run on the honor system. You could have Googled every answer and I wouldn't know the difference anyways. That said, if you guys want to pick the topic for next week, I was actually thinking pretty soon here we'd need to do our round 2 of Buffy at some point. Love animals. Keep going. Okay. I'm fine to keep going. I don't mind. We haven't gone through we didn't get to South America, we didn't get to Europe or Australia and Oceania. So we definitely still need to get those done, right? So I am fine to continue and we can get to our other regions. We could probably do animals for a hot minute. I love animals too. Love animals. Too much fun. Yeah, one of the questions was, what North American bird migrates from blah, 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 blah. And the answer was a monarch butterfly. And I was like, no, it's not a bird. Okay. I could see that being the correct answer if you'd asked me like insects or whatever, but you didn't. You said bird, so that's not gonna work. Anyways, all right. Well, then next week, give Buffy a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll let people who are currently they're doing their binge watch on Buffy. Let them get a little further into their binge watch, and then we'll go back and revisit the Buffy questions. You guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I had a good time. I always have a good time when I'm hanging out with you guys. Yes, we will be doing Discord after dark. Like I said, we usually get together round about an hour and a half from now. So hopefully I will see you guys on there. We usually go to the Dazzler Hangout after lives because that way people who are new to Discord can come join us and learn how it works. We do also have a members only chat in there that sometimes we will go to, other nights of the week, just because it's quieter. Sometimes there aren't always, like the last time we did Discord after dark, I think there were like 15 of us in the big chat, so in the Dazzler Hangout. So it can get a bit loud and confusing, so sometimes we will go over to the members only. It's a little quieter, a little more I don't want to say exclusive. It's a little more, it's just quieter. It's quieter. There's less people and therefore less interruptions and people trying to talk all the same time. But forewarning, if you are new to the Discord, we do like to ask the new people questions about, what you like about diamond painting, that sort of thing. So if you are new in the chat, be aware we're probably going to ask you questions, try to get to know you. You will hopefully get to know us and then join our little fun group. We do really enjoy each other's company on there. That said, you guys, as ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world, that you are having a phenomenal morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I will see you again soon, okay? Bye-bye. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Glory needs the Discord link. Let me, before I go all the way away, fooled you, just kidding. Let me get you an invite to the Discord. Okay, Glory. I want to make sure that you can get in there. Here we go. Blam. I put a link in the comments for the Discord. That's all that you need to get into the Discord. And hopefully then, like I said, you'll be there to join us. We get into the voice chat in about an hour, hour and a half. And if you need to know anything, do not hesitate to ask. We'd be happy to help you. Okay, now for real this time. Enjoy your evening, guys. Stay cool out there. I'll talk to you again real soon. Okay. All right. Bye-bye, guys.